Oh,
Welcome
hello.
back, everybody.
I'm Vicky Rodney,
I'm Coco.
and this is the Convict Podcast.
Woo-hoo.
Oh my God, did you hear that vibrato? I was like,
I did. Are you
"Wow."
like a singer?
I downloaded this app. It's called Sing Along or some shit, and it was showing me like how to hit notes and everything.
Okay, Mariah
So
Carey. I didn't know we had a famous person in the building.
basically, I'm a professional singer now. That's how that works, just in case you didn't know.
I didn't know that.
That's exactly how that works. Just,
You made
but
a
I
list,
only went
though.
on it one day. So just one day of using the app makes me a professional. You're
I'm not
welcome.
gonna lie. We're gonna be expecting a record deal anytime soon now. Just so you guys know, record deals are coming through. From a
But
girl. I mean, can I be your Kris Jenner? That's all I
oh my
want to do is be a
God,
Kris Jenner.
I would be honored for you to be my Kris Jenner.
What honor?
Should I get naked now? Like, when does it start?
I don't know. Like, let's just do it right now. Fuck it. Also, you made a right call on having wine today because it's been a fucking hell of a 2 weeks, guys. We didn't
You
record
know,
last week, but we
this might
needed
have
this.
to be like a pod regular
I think
because
so. I think we gotta incorporate this.
by the decompose the whole week, just throw it all away. Throw it all away. So I think we should drink some wine. Consuela.
I'm sorry. I need to put my phone on to not start during the pod. People distract me.
I do want to say though, you will notice a lot during the pod because Connie does this a lot. Her name is not Consuela. Her name is Connie. That's the full name. But I need a longer name when I'm angry with her. So
Hmm.
I call her Consuela.
I also told her she could say my name in Spanish, Connie, because that's how I know I'm in trouble. But she wants to do what she wants to do, and I'm here for it. I let you express yourself however you need to express me.
Another good alternative might be Connie Isabel. But
Oh yeah, that's true too.
yeah, I could do that. I
No, but
could
I
do
do like
that.
Consuela because I know like that's you, like that. That's
Yeah,
Vix.
it's
That's
our
Vicky.
thing.
Yeah, like that. That's literally our thing. Like, who am I to deny the world of that?
It's been like what, 7 years of this already? Like, how can you derail this now?
Right? Like, why am I bringing up the problem now? Like, I didn't have years to bring this up.
Like,
Wait, can I say we both had a rough 2 weeks? Literally at one point, I don't watch Peaky Blinders. It's on my list to watch it, but I was on that meme that I like running with a gun. I was ready to just go boom, like.
yeah.
And this is why we needed wine today on this because
See,
we needed
your
it.
Peaky Blinders meme is my Snowfall Franklin on the last episode meme, where he's like, I'm just gonna be an alcoholic homeless person. That's it, because I'm done trying. Like, I give the fuck up. I give up.
You have to give up because it's just too much right now. Like
It's way too much. I just
life really took us by the hand and was like, "I'm gonna fuck you guys up," and it did. But guess what? We are stronger.
I had to like sit there and think the other day. I'm like, am I a whiny bitch?
No, we're
I keep
not.
telling myself like I'm going through a hard time, but I've been going through a hard time for like 2 years. Is it me? Like, am I a whiny bitch? Because this is where I'm at right now.
But
Like,
it's not
granted,
you.
granted, it's like a lot going on, family wise, financial wise, work wise, the two kids. I have no memory. My body hurts. I think I'm deficient of every vitamin known to earth. It's just rough out here in the
We gotta get
streets.
on our multivitamin game.
Okay, so I started putting chlorophyll in my water.
Not chlorine. I'm sorry. That I heard chlorine. I'm
Not
like,
chlorine. I'm not swimming, bitch.
I was like, why is she? This is not the route I thought this conversation was gonna go. What does chlorophyll do for you, though? What's that about?
Okay, so I started doing two extra things in my multivitamins
Okay,
that
calcium.
I take whenever I remember, which is probably the root of my problem. But chlorophyll is supposed to help. It helps with digestion. It helps with body odors. It helps with skin and just
Mhm.
clearing you up. It helps with a few things. So if you look up putting droplets of chlorophyll in your water and drinking that daily, and definitely helps with a lot of things. It's definitely good for the ladies. I would definitely check it out, see if it's right for you.
Does it
Um,
taste like weird in your water?
it tastes
No.
like peppermint
Oh, I love peppermint. I drink peppermint tea
because
all
they
the
all
time.
have like peppermint oil in it, so it tastes like peppermint.
I love peppermint tea. Okay,
Like
I'll try it.
drinking a minty fresh water.
Wait, so is it like a droplet? Like you just,
Yeah,
ooh.
like it's a
Send me the
Doppler.
link later.
Okay.
Amazon
And
storefront.
then I like what you did
Yeah, we're
there.
gonna make it. Yeah, y'all don't even know.
You don't even know.
Dying for people to ask me where I get my stuff from.
We have the book club coming, the Amazon
Oh my
Amazon
God, our book club. Okay, can I tell you this right now?
the
I am in
bird.
part of another book club with my friends.
Wait, I have to finish
Oh,
telling you
sorry.
what I'm taking.
Oh, sorry. I'm rude. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's okay, Consuela. But and then also taking omega 3s. So omega
Mm.
3s, I listen to this Mind Pup podcast and they talk about like fitness journeys, nutrition, body, blah blah blah. So they talked about inflammation and how a lot of people have a lot of inflammation and they don't know, and it's because a lot of people are deficient in omega 3. They take a lot of omega 6s, but not omega 3s. So I started taking that because I always have a lot of joint pain and I always feel swollen. Not necessarily bloated. I feel swollen. Like my body hurts. So I started taking that just to like grease up my joints.
Okay, mechanic. My joint is crazy.
I'm a little creaky over here, so I'm greasing up my joints. Yeah, I'm trying to like, flex my arm without hearing the
Oh my God, that's that means it's different. Mm-hmm. But we also had onset dementia at the age of 22. Like, let's be fucking
so
for real.
facts. So facts. Everything, what they say? They say kids who grow up with trauma, they have bad memories. That is me.
And also, I wanted to study because kids that didn't grow with a lot of trauma also have bad memories. I just cannot like when people like are like, "Do you remember?" I'm, I'm like,
Yo, for me, it's like the minute it happens, it's like my mind does a reset. Okay,
I'm
push
forgetting
blank.
about it.
Like, you ever watch what's the movie called? 50 First Dates
Oh God, yeah, that was such a cute movie.
with 10 seconds off, and he forgets every 10 seconds. That's
That's
me.
for you. We're Dory. We're also Dory. I want that to be
Yes,
Dory.
yes.
I'm like, what? It's bad, guys.
Okay,
We're trying our best though. Like
so book club.
a book club with my friends,
Hmm.
and I have to say, I have read one out of the 5 books I already read.
No, I
And
have.
at this point, they sent me the picture of the books. I get it. I haven't had it. I'll tell you this much. I even went ahead and got an Amazon Kindle because I was like, I'm gonna make it, y'all. No, absolutely not. Like, it's just okay. This is my thing, and a lot of people in New York like have different ways of how they commute into work, right? Trains, bus, whatever. You know, the willpower to even wake up to go to work. That's one thing. Train on the bus, I am listening to music. I'm sorry, I am not a reader at moving vehicles unless I'm in the front seat, like a passenger princess. I am. You will not catch me. Like I just can't read on the bus or the train because I'm listening to music. Also, I'm falling asleep probably on these trains. Also, I started just recently taking the Metro North into work, and that has been a game changer. In 20 minutes, I'm in Manhattan. I'm like, wow. Yeah, so I'm like, wow, I need to start investing in that. There's a lady who was talking to me, and she was just like, oh, I think that she was like, you should buy the monthly because I think something happened to the Metro North tickets. I don't know, something was going on with the system. Couldn't buy it on my phone, a whole mess. And she was doing the math for me. She's like, you're spending $224 for 4 days when you could just buy a weekly for 180. I was like, wow. I mean, a monthly for 180. I was like, you're right. I am spending $224 a month when I could be spending 180 on a monthly. And
Wait,
granted, huh?
you buy monthlies?
Well, the Metro North is a different pass.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Like the monthlies we're always thinking about is like the regular MTA ones that you could
Hmm.
go on the train and bus. But I usually take the express bus or the now the Metro
And they
North.
don't count for
They
that.
don't count for that. They don't. They don't.
Right.
That's
I'm
discriminant.
sorry.
That is
I'm New
discriminant.
York removed. I forget certain things.
That's right.
But we're the same person because I'm in a book club at my job.
Ooh.
So my job is fully remote, so we try to do these corny ass things to make us come together in some type of way and have some type of like work relationship. So we have
Don't
like
force
a book
friendships on
club.
me.
So we have a book club, and the only book I read is the first book that I recommended, which was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And then
I
the
have that
second
book.
And then the second book after that was Atomic Habits, which I had already read. I haven't read a single book since.
Listen, I need to get a
Nothing.
new not a bedroom, not like a bedtime routine. Like, do I? Also, it just bothers me because the Kindle still has blue light, so I'm still tired.
Oh,
So I'm just
okay.
like, should I just like? And I'm honestly, guys, I'm not even gonna front with you. I'm not one of those girls like I need a paperback book, but like part of me is just like maybe I just do because like, but I feel like I'll fall asleep right then and there too. But like, I also like reading those mafia like love story books, and that's like the books that really intrigue me. Like I love like the mafia. Like I could read that in a heartbeat. I actually finished reading 4 of those books before I ever read any of the books for the book club.
Okay, so the way that you love podcasts, true crime thrillers,
Yeah.
is the way I love thriller books. I love a good thriller, and
Like
I love a
Agatha
good,
Christie thriller.
like, what?
Agatha, that's an author.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about,
Wait, you
but
never read? Hold on. Continue. I didn't see this.
you told me to continue, right? Sorry. Um, so like, okay, so like easy. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, that's a thriller. It's a light thriller. It's like a teeny thriller, but it's a thriller.
And
And
then there
then
were none. That was a good thriller.
what?
That book, and then there were none by Agatha Christie.
Oh, I heard of it. I never read it yet.
Okay.
I do want I have like a list of books I'm supposed to read soon, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So like the last book that the book club had, it was called Tomorrow, Tomorrow, Tomorrow.
Ooh.
It was a fiction. It's really good. Like I started reading it, but then okay, disclosure, this is gonna be sad. My grandmother had a stroke and then I had to go to New York and then it was just a lot. So like all the effort I put into that bedtime routine where I'm reading a book at night and all that, my mental, I was just like crying every day. Like I was definitely not reading no damn fiction book. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that kind of derailed it. And I was really sad because I was like, this is the first book that they picked that I actually liked again. And now I can't read it. But we're also switching it to a readers club because we all have different book tastes. So instead of like forcing us to read one book that only like two people read, we're just gonna read our own books and then talk about that.
Yeah, too. I
Yeah,
like
it's
that. Like,
really good too.
yeah, it's like we all don't have to like this one book.
Right. And then we still get to recommend books to each other
Hmm.
and discuss like our like for books and what we're reading about, but it's just like not forced to be this one book.
I think I like both the organization of one book. Like, I'm like, okay, I have to read it, but again, haven't read one book yet. So, live, laugh, love, guys. Live, laugh, love. Um,
That will change when we
yes,
put
when
the
Congress starts
comic.
their book club, please
Yes.
know I am reading all the books. Even if my
You
ass has to get
fucking
sparkles,
better.
I will read it. I'll
But
FaceTime Vicky. I'm like, I'm reading. I'm like, oh, gotta go.
I'm gonna read with you on fucking FaceTime, reading you the book, bitch. Like, you're gonna get this book in there, okay?
You know what it is, too? I do like watching, like, I'm a TikTok girly, too. And did you hear about What's in the Carpet series right now?
First of all,
You and these nails are a brand new person. I love these nails you have.
I know,
They
right?
look
I'm
very
just like,
you. Yeah, you're like I like it. It's becoming
first of
you
all, okay, so before kids, my nails were done all the
all the
time.
time.
All the time.
Remember
Now,
pre-kids, BC, before kids, BK, BK.
and then after kids is after death. So, yes. But, just kidding, love you guys. What was I gonna say? What was I talking about?
Ooh,
Shit.
here we
What was I
go.
talking about? Nails,
Nails.
with the
Wait,
nails,
what
it
did I say
was
before that? TikTok.
Oh, my beef with TikTok right now. So you know that challenge that's going around on TikTok where it's like you have to say do re mi fa that and then the ball goes through like the wooden hole and then if you
What
don't
TikTok
get
are
the
you on? I'm not on that TikTok.
yeah, so it's like a challenge
Oh,
going around, and then you know do re mi fa
yeah.
sol la ti do. So then you're supposed to do that, and there's a ball, and then it'll go through the hole if you get the note right. But if you don't get the note right, then it's gonna like fall. So like all the singers are doing it, and like all the people who think they could sing are doing it. So I told you I got the app. I'm a singer now. So I wanted to do it. Could not figure out for the life of me how to get the fucking filter into the video so that I can try the filter. I was able to search it and find a whole bunch of other people doing the challenge, but how? Somebody teach auntie because I don't know how to use this. I feel like what old people felt like when MySpace came out and all the young kids were coding and they couldn't figure it out. I feel like that.
Life went from MySpace to MyChart real quick. And I don't like that, like at all. That shit hurts. Real quick. And like again, I would like to issue an apology to when I used to call people that were 30 old. I was just
No
18.
facts.
I was just 18. I'm sorry. No, literally went from MySpace to MyChart in the blink of an eye.
Yo,
Blink.
that was so funny. It fucking hurt. Like
Crack my
the
neck on the podcast. Like that's how I'm like, oh, I feel stressed. Like who was that at 18? At 18, I could bounce back from a hangover, and all, I didn't even hang hangovers. I just feel like I'm awake.
so I don't even know why I'm drinking this wine because I already know for a fact that not even tomorrow, 2 hours later, I'm gonna be like on the couch with a migraine.
Oh my god, girl, Tylenol, 500 milligrams is my best friend. And if that
Yes,
doesn't knock
but
it out, you best believe I'm taking an Excedrin. Now I don't know if I'm allowed to mix, so I always try to wait 6 hours in between both. I'm like, whatever. I've googled it. You know, the other last week, no, 2 weeks ago after I came back from vacation, I got sick. The flu hit me, y'all. The flu got me before my flu shot.
wow.
Let me tell you, I am 31 years old now. And let me tell you, when I called my dad at, I would say, 11 p.m. to ask him, hey, can I mix Quill with Theraflu? Because I just needed the thing to knock me out
Did
cold.
you
I
overdose?
guess I was trying to overdose because my dad legitimately was like, no. Like, no, you have to choose one or the other. And he's like, I think you should do the Theraflu so it could, like, you could sweat out the flavor. I was like, okay,
Mhm.
cool. And so again, even though I am 31 years old, I'm still a teenager. I am still a child. And I will call my parents at a drop of a hat for any minor inconvenience. I called my mom yesterday because my loan department is sending me things. And I was like, I don't know what this means. Like, I'm like, they're like asking like for things. I'm like, I'm reading it. And I'm like, I don't fucking know what this means. I called my mom. She's like, they're just asking if you have apartment insurance. I'm like, I do. I'm State Farm. Let me go email them saying like, hey, update something in the system because now I'm getting things saying I don't have what's it called apartment insurance when I damn sure do. So again, minor inconvenience. I will be calling my parents still till this day.
Definitely.
So I need to talk about something that's the TikTok thing. Apparently, this couple have been like they're putting up a fence, and so they've been digging. All of a sudden, their shovel hits a carpet. Now, what are you gonna do when the shovel hits a carpet? I'm gonna fucking dig out the carpet. Girl, I think, and like again, don't this is all Coco facts. Like I don't really remember all the TikToks because my memory is just a wee. They think so. They brought in the what you call it, the Cavara dogs or something like that. Got a hit of a human scent. So now the police was even following her TikTok, and they like CSI itself went down there.
Is it a dead
I think
body?
it's a dead body. We haven't gotten an update, but I think it's a dead body. Now imagine you bought this house, you inverted all of your savings into this house, and now you find a dead body. I'd be pissed,
No.
pissed. I'll be like,
You
now I gotta deal with a situation that I didn't want to even deal with.
Now I'm on fucking charge for conspiracy and
Right,
shit.
and they're like, and they like they. I don't. I think it's a body though. I think it's a, and like it has to be a body. But I was like,
No,
oh
see,
my god, like that is so scary. Like, I mean, this is also like you're buying your dream house. Like, I took a hot girl walk around my neighborhood, and the thing is, these are mansions. Like even like in one of like the private, I would say private streets. I was like, oh, I can walk through it. It's like so open. It literally says not open to the public. No joggers, no walkers. I was like, oh, okay. Well, let me walk my ass back down. And I was like, I don't want to get arrested.
okay, see, this brings me to this,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, this may sound ignorant to some, but hear me out. Hear me out. When I moved down to the South, right, I felt worried about properties because I believe in spirits. Considering the amount of black people that died down here, I feel like it's safe to say that before you move into a property, you need to do some type of like seance or something. You know what I mean? Like
That's what I'm
get
saying.
it all the spirits cleared out, get all that out. Now I'm gonna have to get one of those human smelling dogs to check the yard out. So I gotta seance the insides and then go search the outsides.
I'm such a firm believer. I got my place baptized by the priest. I was
Look
like,
at
nope.
you.
On
Not
top of that,
today, Satan.
listen, not today. And on top of that, like I grew up in a house. So when I moved to my apartment, I wasn't used to like upstairs neighbors.
Uh,
So I was such like, and guys, I am a
do
heavy
they scare
sleeper.
you
Like
sometimes?
it's like when I first moved in, I would jump in the middle of the night because I'm like, oh my god, they're coming into my apartment. But like, it was just really upstairs, like, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
so scary because like I just wasn't used to it. Now I sleep that shit through the bed. Like I don't even care. Like how big
Yeah.
deal. The other day though, I did convince myself someone was trying to enter my apartment. Mind you, I do have one of those ring cameras. So I feel safer with that. Not that it's gonna stop a killer, but at least I know like their face will be there, so you guys could like.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to call Jose, and I was like, "Babe, come home." And he's like, "I'm working." Like I can't come home right now. And I was like, rude of you to not leave your job because I'm concerned, but okay.
How fucking considerate, Jose.
Literally, your girlfriend thinks like, hello, whatever.
Be my savior, if not anything else.
Right. So then I literally was just like, you know what? If they haven't come kill me in the past 3 hours, I literally didn't sleep thinking this. And then I just cuddled with Snorlax and I was like, fuck it. Like, if I die, I die. I'm tired. Like,
I would have been like, if you come home to a dead body, this is on you.
yeah, no, 100%. I told him that. I'm like, if I die, that's on you. And you have to explain that to my parents because I'm not going to text them about this right now. It's 2 in the morning. They're actually sleeping. Papa Owl would have come. He would have. Remember that time? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, my sister
Wait.
gave birth to Luke. They
Mm.
hadn't moved out to Jersey yet, so it was she literally. I had woken up. It was like a stroke of luck. I usually have my phone on Do Not Disturb, but you know you have those favorite people. Don't worry, Vicky. You're one of my
Yeah.
favorites. In case you need me, I may not be able to go down to
Better.
Florida, but I'll be there for more support. Like you just gotta give me a
Oh,
day to find a ticket. You just gotta give me a day to like fly. But I remember like she had called me just at the precise moment I was leaving my REM sleep, and I was like waking up to go to the bathroom. She calls me. She's like, "I think I'm in labor." I was like, "All right, I'll pack a bag. I'll do this." Like I felt like I was on the birth plan. I was like, "Let's do this." Papa Alba, he was so we both had to take care of my niece, and I'm telling you, that little girl at 2 years old could take us all down. Okay, that girl is crazy. But she took us
father's
down.
a terrorist.
Oh my
Okay.
god, 2 years old, she's three now, and I'm like, she is so smart. But wait, so I called my sister calls my dad. My dad was up. My dad was like, "Let's go."
Mhm.
Of course, the responsibility of driving falls on me. Like it was fine. But we were up, ready to go. I came out of my house looking like I was running away. Like I had a duffel bag, my book bag with all my stuff I had to do for work, and I was out that door. And I brought like clothes to change into in case I had to go to the office. I was ready to go. And me and my
That
dad just looked at each other. I'm like, we really drove to Jersey at 3 in the morning. Like that is insanity.
that's adorable.
No, it
I
is.
think
Because
that's
then Isabella woke up and she's like, "What are you guys doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, your mom's giving like you. How do you explain to a 2 year old?" I'm like, your little brother's coming out, and that was a whole
mhm.
other thing. But yeah, like Papa Alva and Mama Alva, they're there for us, and they are there for us. Like Vicky knows all
That's
the stories. Like my dad used to cover for me when I used to come home hungover, drunk. He'd be like, "I need to yell at you because like you can't be doing this and everything," and I'd be like, "1 second, throw up in the bathroom," and he'd be like, "Go to sleep." My dad literally would be like, "Go to sleep. I don't want to see you right now." And then on my door, he'll leave me a bacon, egg, and cheese and a Gatorade because he knew his daughter was hungover.
he's really the best dad.
He really is the best dad. Like that man deserves. I ever told you the yogurt story? I had to have told you the yogurt story.
No.
All right, so there was for like starting my fitness journey like for the 500th time in the house. I like wrote down what I
It's a
want.
journey.
You know, we're always on one. And I wrote down what I wanted from the grocery store, like from Stop and Shop. And I meant to write, so it was like blah blah blah. It was like kiwi, and I meant to write comma yogurt, right? My dad, no, I'm sorry, it was limes, comma, yogurt. My dad read that as lime yogurt. My dad went to 3 grocery stores just to find me lime yogurt.
The
The
best.
best. And when I looked at him, he's like, "Oh, I found your yogurt." I'm like, "Oh, I think it's like plain Greek yogurt." And I look at it and I was like, "Lime yogurt?" He's like, "Yeah, you asked for lime yogurt." And then I remember how I wrote it in the list. I was like, Papa Alva, just in the hearts of many, in the
Honestly,
hearts of so many.
that's why Minnie wanted him because she saw right through to that golden heart. She knew.
What?
She knew. What?
What did you say?
That's why Minnie wanted him.
I can't hear you. Hold on.
That's why Minnie wanted him.
Oh, whore. I whore. You sent me that thing that they got married.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's cute for Minnie and Moiso. Oh. So yeah, that's what this is right now, and we're just living through it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one more thing, a bone to pick with Chipotle. Chipotle, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus,
In the
okay?
name.
Because one day was craving Chipotle. And guys,
Mm-hmm.
where I live, Chipotle is like down the hill, like so many avenues down. I don't got like it's too far. They need to put the Chipotle like right next door or something. When I tell you, I looked at what I was ordering, a bowl with okay, let me tell you my order. A bowl, double chicken, no rice, no beans, double lettuce, cheese, guac, and what else? Fajitas. Right? Just in a bowl. I know the double chicken's a lot. Don't get me wrong. I know, like, whoa, that's crazy. Oh, and guac, 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 guac. I got guac.
That protein.
It came out to $30 for one bowl to be delivered. Now, when I put to pickup, shit was like 16. So what extra $15 are you fucking charging me
You
for?
paying somebody's salary.
I was paying somebody's salary. I was so upset. I got so mad that I was like, why are you charging me so much money for delivery? And I get the fees, like, don't get me wrong. But this was like, they were tripling the price of the double chicken. They were tripling every
Wow.
single thing. And I'm like, you're fucking out of your mind. Like, I wanted Chipotle, don't get me wrong, but I have no car to go down the hill. It was like at least 8 p.m. at this point. I was like, who the fuck? And then I tried to order on Grubhub thinking I was going to save money. Came out to the same fucking price. I was like, I'm tired. Like, what are you guys like? Just because it's like, I don't like when places like, and I know Instacart does the same. They like up the price like a little bit by like $1 or $2 because you're ordering to go, and I get that. But a bowl that's usually I would say $15, you're making it 30 something, 35 with everything, and that wasn't even including tip. So I still had to add tip to the driver or to whoever was bringing my food. You're out
No,
of your
man.
fucking mind. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus.
Okay, because like who the fuck is paying $30 for a bowl?
Not you.
Bowl.
Not you, boo.
And it wasn't even like two. I didn't even get like the tortilla on the side. I didn't get a drink. It was a bowl. I got so mad. I just drank what I did. I did cereal with milk and I called it a day.
Swallowed her fucking spit. You heard that?
Okay, Chipotle, calm it down. I'm a
She got food at home. Okay.
Comida en la casa, dinero en el Metro card. Okay.
You
The
got your
fuck?
money? No, ma'am.
No, not anymore. Remember when like Chipotle first came out and they're like it's extras for a guac? It's like I fucking know. Now it's so like calm it down.
I was like, can I get
Didn't
half?
you guys remember? You guys used to give us what is that called? Coli.
Yeah.
Y'all were begging
Remember
for our
those
business
days,
then.
Chipotle?
Y'all were begging for our business then. So comment. Remember the loyal people that stood with you through the E.
Right.
coli.
Why don't you appreciate my loyalty to your E. coli
Okay.
ass poisonous
Did I not get coli?
That's how you
Probably,
got so
allegedly. But I was still there for you,
Allegedly.
Chipotle.
Allegedly.
you.
Again, this is convict truth. Allegedly,
No,
Chipotle.
I mean, there was a whole case. Remember, like in 2015, they were spreading E. coli again, allegedly.
Yes. Yes, because we are broke.
Yeah, we're broke. I don't want beef with Chipotle. I want
Right.
Chipotle to give me an expense account so I can order my Chipotle without fucking worrying about $30 fucking. Are you fucking out of your mind? New York is expensive already. I had to get that off my chest because I was angry. I was fuming to the point where I was texting. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Is that?" First the day when I was like telling Jose, I was like, "I want Chipotle." He's like, "I could drive you down there," and I'm like, "Yeah, because you know I won't fucking order it because I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Okay, lost your fucking mind.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, now that we're past that,
Yeah, we're past it.
it's time for what's happening in pop culture. And by pop
Girl.
culture, I mainly mean TV because I am a Thea. I know nothing else.
No, but you have to know about the whole Diddy and the oil.
Of course. Okay,
Girl.
first of all, Costco responding saying that
Costco was
they
like,
did
not
not,
us.
them saying that they are not responsible was not on my bingo card for this week because why do you feel compelled to respond?
No, because whoever's running Costco's Twitter or X needs a raise. Girl,
Costco was
they
like,
done whatever raise because they were like, we realized he was doing this and we stopped selling them in bulk.
first of all, Costco was like, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
That's what Costco
Not
did. They said it in so
Satan.
less words. They definitely did.
Do
They're like,
not
not
tell.
us. Don't drag us down.
Mm-mm. They said no, 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 no. Okay, that shit was hilarious. I did
Hilarious.
see today though that Cassie is hurt by all the jokes because it was her trauma
It was her
too.
trauma, you know.
I feel bad. I'm not gonna make any more jokes, but Costco responding was hilarious.
Costco,
Um,
and I know, again, Cassie, we're so sorry, but the
mhm.
memes about all of this have been top tier.
Top tier.
Top tier. Because, let's never forget the legend that went on the show. Cat Williams went on that show. I don't remember what the name
Mm-hmm.
of the show. But he said
You gotta say
2024,
no.
right?
Sometimes
And he
not.
was not lying about anything. What did he say? Quote unquote. Again, I'm not quoting it correctly, so this is just convict quotes. They're all allegedly. He was just like, you gotta say no to Diddy when he won a party. And I was like, oh,
Sometimes you just gotta tell Diddy
yeah, because he's like trying to keep his virgin whole. I was like, oh my God.
no.
But he's
No,
not wrong. Look what's going on right now. Like,
the best one was Orlando Brown. And somebody please, I pray for that man. I feel like I watched Orlando Brown my whole life growing up. That man is traumatized. Something happened to him. He needs a licensed therapist to sit down
Orlando
with him.
Brown. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's gone through
He needs
something.
help, but he said it. He said he be talking crazy, so nobody takes him serious. Like Amanda Bynes kind of.
Yeah.
Um, but he said something like I don't know. He said something about Diddy, and then the reporter was like, "Oh, you can't bring your girls around Diddy," and he was like, "You can bring the bitches around Diddy.
I
Diddy
saw
don't
that. I
want the
saw that. I
bitches.
saw that. Yeah, he's like,
He
that's not
wants,
who he's worried about. He wants the new whole. And
yeah,
I was like,
yeah." And I was like, and that I don't know if it's me just like making this up, but I feel like in his eyes, I was reading trauma, and
no,
it
but
was
did
so
you not hear
loud.
what they were saying that he has panda eyes?
What are panda eyes?
So this is again COVID facts, convict facts. Sorry guys. No, I finished my wine, so I'm a little bit delirious right now. So COVID facts is crazy, guys. COVID is real. I just wanted that to be known.
COVID facts are crazy.
Yeah.
COVID facts are just as real as
Convict
convict
facts
facts.
is that they said that panda eyes, it's like there's like everybody knows like the men could get pleasure from like their butthole, right? Like that's where they're like pulsated or something. I don't know. Like that's
Yeah.
where their G spot is, right? Apparently when it's like forced, you get like these dark circles because it's like they've like run. That's what they said. And by they I mean all allegedly TikTok. They're like,
Okay.
that's what panda eyes means. Like, if you've been through something, and I was like, that's insane. Because didn't he blame like, again, allegedly like P Diddy, sure, and then somebody else he blamed too. I forgot Drake.
Um,
Yeah, I'll send you the TikTok later if I find it. But that's what they were saying. I was like, oh my god. But a lot of people discredit Orlando Bloom, right?
Brown.
Orlando Brown, because
Orlando Bloom is like an
there you go. Sorry. Orlando Brown because he has been struggling with the public so like he's been struggling with his mental health so publicly. So a
yeah.
lot of it, but I'm like, don't ever discredit it. It's probably because he has so much trauma and he's like going on this downward spiral that he doesn't know how to get out of either. Like he needs help. Like we shouldn't be laughing at it. We should be trying to help him.
It's like I feel like he's screaming for help,
Yeah,
and
and
it's
like
not
I think
making
he's
sense.
also and like I don't know, but like I hope he's not mixed up in any hard drugs or anything because that's also gonna be like,
Oh, I think he was addicted to crystal meth.
oh really?
That's a convict fact,
That
but I'm
conversation
like
allegedly.
85% sure.
Oh my God, that's and he was. I
Which is
remember.
weird
Mhm.
because, again, this may sound ignorant to most people, but some people get it. It's like white people crack. So for him to be on meth is kind of weird to me. I never seen a black person on meth. Never.
Oh, wow,
Usually they're on crack or
it's true. It usually is crack, not meth.
like
Yeah.
again, it may sound ignorant to some, but some get it.
If you know,
Meth
you
is like,
know. If you know, you
if you
know.
know, you know. Meth is like white people crack. Like that's just
Oh,
how it is
I didn't
to
know that.
me. I'm the people who know who know. So I
Oh, really?
so
I
I
didn't
thought
know. I was like, wow. I'm like,
but
what?
maybe because he's in Hollywood, like I don't know.
Girl,
I just found that
Hollywood
really
different.
so I don't know if it's true or not. Because that didn't sound right to me. But like I said, they're convict facts.
Like,
We don't
yeah. Also,
we're
Hollywood
very
is just a
open about how much we
different
don't fact
beast.
check. Like you cannot blame us for anything.
Like, fact check me all you want. I'm sorry.
Like what's a fact check? We create I'm a conspiracy theorist. I clearly create my
Girl,
own
wait, hold
fact.
on. There was a new conspiracy theory that I got hooked on, and I need, but now I can't fucking remember. Hold on. It's
Wait,
gonna.
is
All
it
right, let's keep
about
talking, and it's gonna hit me like randomly. I'm gonna like
we're gonna circle back to
we're gonna
it.
circle back to it because that's what we do. But no, like that whole like there was a TikTok the other day like jamming to my two thousands pop hits or whatever because in a couple of weeks their names are probably gonna be run through the dirt, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Like
I already have my conspiracy about who's next. About who's next.
I think it's nice. I think it. Okay, ready?
I
Let's
think I
see.
said this in our group chat before, but for me, I feel that Jay-Z and Beyonce killed
Mm.
Aaliyah, and that's gonna come out next.
So there's this other conspiracy that the song by J. Cole, She Knows.
Mm-hmm.
They say that's about Aaliyah, knowing that she was gonna apparently. Okay, I don't know if this is true or not. Again, allegedly, that Aaliyah, when she died on the plane, is that she was drugged to go onto the
Yeah,
plane. Is that true or
yeah.
is that like fake? I don't.
I mean, as far as from what I can remember, that's the truth that I've always known.
Okay,
That she complained she had a headache or something, and then she was given a pill, but it's unknown what that pill was, and that she was actually asleep and carried onto the plane, and she never wanted to go on that. That wasn't the plane she was supposed to get on because it was too small for her, her crew, and the baggage. So she didn't want to get on it, and she was never fully aware of getting on it
she
because,
was drugged.
right.
So that's a conspiracy I've heard. Um, I the only thing I remember when I was told about Aaliyah is that she died on a plane crash, and it was obviously tragic because she was a very, very famous,
I
popular.
was like obsessed with Aaliyah.
Really, I
So, it hit me hard.
wow.
Like, for me, it was Aaliyah before Beyonce was ever anything to me. And I was like, I wanted to be Aaliyah. Like, when I
Yeah.
was growing up as a kid, I wanted to be a singer, I wanted to be a dancer, and I wanted to be Aaliyah. Like, Aaliyah was everything. I loved all her music, I loved all her dance moves, I
Right,
loved
because she
her
she was so
movies.
talented too.
It's
I
so
remember hearing
talented.
about Aaliyah during the Missy Elliott video when she puts Aaliyah in one of her in front of her
Hmm.
car, and I was like, oh, who is this? And then I finally got into Aaliyah, like very late on, but
Hmm.
I still did. But I remember I feel like Aaliyah to a lot of people were like what Selena was to us, like to people like maybe
Yeah.
Hispanic, where we
Yeah.
were like, wow,
Okay.
we're mourning
Yeah.
somebody that got shot,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
somebody who got again cut
Hmm.
down in their prime. And then
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
also brings me to a thing like where I feel like a lot of people don't ever like there's so many conspiracy about Biggie and Tupac because these are such young artists literally cut down in their prime. Like
Yeah.
and it's tragic because and this is why I've always said there's a reason and I'm again murder's bad. I know this. I That's what I'm saying. But like I feel like when you become that popular and everything, you have to be careful because you're worth more dead than alive because your music then becomes immortalized. You yourself will become immortalized. And that's
There's
like
some,
the danger because people in this world are always going to be money hungry.
yeah.
Unfortunately, there are evil people that put money before everything, and you may find people in your circle that are not money hungry, like people that actually care about your well being and everything. But there are people that are money hungry, and then you have to be careful. Like again, you become immortalized so quick. People will forever cherish you. Look at us. We're talking about Aaliyah. How many years later? We're talking about Selena. How many years later? There's still many topics about Biggie and Tupac. There was a show on FX about the murders of Biggie and Tupac. Like you've become so immortalized, and it's so crazy how like you become a staple in pop culture no matter what generation you're in. Because everybody's heard of Biggie, everybody's heard of Tupac, everybody's heard of Aaliyah, everybody's heard of Selena. I know that right now, like I know there's John Lennon who actually like who got shot and everything. Again, another person got immortalized. Like Michael Jackson, again, another person that we did see get killed, but he died in 2009 and he's still immortalized to this day. Like he was just a great, of course there's allegations against him and what like things like that I get. But if you could separate the music from who he that his talent was real, like it has to be respected at one point.
Yeah.
I'm also
Yeah.
like a down a Michael Jackson rabbit hole because I started listening to Thriller again. That's such a
Oh
banger,
my
yo. I love Thriller. My dad definitely traumatized me with Thriller at like the age of 7 because I thought those zombies were actually real. But like we live and we
Really?
grow, we live and we learn.
When I was a kid, I used to have a cassette tape where all of his music videos,
Same.
and it was like the Bad
Was it the Brace
album.
Yourself?
I don't remember the
Oh
names.
my
You
god, it
know,
was
I
yeah. I
can't
had the
do my
same cassette.
memory, okay? I just know it went from when he was a kid all the way up until Thriller, and it actually went up to what's the movie what the video where he is
Egyptian.
it's like coming to America theme, whatever. It
Bad.
goes
There's
all the way.
bad. Black and white, and then there's
Yeah, yeah.
the time.
Yeah, you're singing it. Yeah,
Mm,
okay. So it goes all the way up to that. From when he's a kid all the way up to that.
yeah.
And me and my cousin, we used to just like sing and dance to all those videos. So from a kid, I remember
Oh,
that.
I remember the Jackson
Yeah.
5 and Paul McCartney thing. It is. Is it? I'll be there for you. Oh, that song's
Hmm.
such a good. Oh, I love that song. I
I
won't
never
even
knew
now.
you loved Michael Jackson like
What
this.
happened?
I never knew you loved
I
Michael
love
Jackson
Michael
like
Jackson. It's because my dad played. Okay, so like I would say when Michael Jackson came out, it hit Peru kind of late. That's where my parents are from. But
Yeah.
my parents like they came listening to Michael Jackson, but then they like obviously got more access to Michael Jackson when they immigrated
Hmm.
here. And my
Yeah.
dad, when we were growing up, would play all of Michael Jackson songs, all the
Oh,
Bee Gees,
that's so
all of the Beatles. And
cute.
I know, I think I know what cassette you're talking about because my dad also, it was like in the 2000s. He bought this like cassette, and I would rewatch it just for Thriller, for Bad, for Beat It. Beat It was my jam.
I used to love that. I used to love Beat It. I used to love
Remember the time?
Pretty Little Thing.
Pretty Little
Um
Thing. Oh my god, that's such a
I
good.
love Pretty Little
I
Thing.
also remember They Don't Really Care About Us. Another banger.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
They
listened to
don't
that in my
really
head.
care
Yeah.
about
They don't
us.
really care.
Oh my God, my favorite video though is with Scream with him and Janet
Oh,
Jackson.
iconic.
And then they're going off. I was like, I gotta learn this
Yes,
choreography. Like shit.
that was an iconic. Like
Yo,
again, Thriller was just like if you look at it now, I think it has surpassed billions of views, and for
of
good
course.
fucking reason. Like that to and I when was it like released? Thriller in the 1980s? I want to say
Yeah.
okay. To have that like knowledge of everything. I remember watching this again when I was 7 and traumatized.
Smooth Criminal. That was another one of my favorite.
Let's fucking talk about Smooth Criminal. Smooth Criminal is to this day a jam. Okay,
Yes.
I could jam out to that shit anytime, anywhere. Okay, hold on, I gotta move on.
That's hilarious. And yes, we are dating ourselves by talking about cassette tapes,
No,
but I
100%.
don't care.
No,
Okay.
don't give a shit.
Okay.
Like these are the best songs in the world.
So, I have been watching so much TV.
Oh, tell me, tell me, tell me.
So many things to talk about. Okay, so first of all, I'm a Bravo girly. So I actually like to label myself as a Bravo babe. I think it goes better. I'm a Bravo babe. And Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is back. I don't know if it's one of my favorites because I've watched it literally from season 1, episode 1 until now. But it's also so fucking good. And it's back and it's amazing. I finally caught up on Real Housewives of OC. Amazing season.
Recommend.
Absolutely. I'm also Real Housewives of New York came back this week. So this week alone, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of New York, Real Housewives of Potomac comes out Sunday. Can't fucking wait. So I'm all in Bravo world, just like a gleeful child.
Onto it.
Hooked. If you loved the Real Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, you will love Real Housewives of Salt Lake. You will love Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Life of Mormon Wives. Okay.
Yes, I'm telling you, you should watch Real Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and also because it just started its fifth season, so it's still new.
Ooh.
It's still relatively new. What else? I watched a show on Netflix. It's called
Douglas
Nobody
Brothers?
Wants This. No, I
What is
didn't
it?
watch that one yet. Nobody Wants This.
Hey, that's a rom-com.
It's the cutest.
Okay. Do you recommend watching?
First of all, you're OC girl, Seth. He's back.
He's
Okay.
back?
Adam Brody, he's back, and he's with Kirsten. Kirsten Dunst. I get the Kirstens confused. Kirsten Stewart or Kirsten Dunst? The short one, who's in all the comedies. Well, her. I love her,
Amazing.
and she's with Dax Shepard. Her.
Oh, I know. I know
You
who you're talking
know.
about.
I love
What
her.
is
I
it
watch
called again?
everything.
What is the show called?
Nobody Wants This. It's like 8 episodes.
Kristen
Super
Bell.
cute. Yes. I had all the Kirstens but the
It's
right
okay.
one. I had Twilight. I had Bring It On. Anyways.
Wait, talking about Bring It On. I definitely the other day was watching like the Clovers and the Toros like find the shit on YouTube sometimes is actually crazy. Continue, I'm
But
sorry.
no. Kristen Bell, I fucking love her. I watch everything that she's in because she's amazing. And then Adam, I've had a crush on since OC. Okay? Yes, I love Chad Michael Murray, but Adam, he has like
I
the
don't know.
personality
Okay.
with the looks. Like he is just like my fave. He reminds me of like a younger Paul Rudd, and I
Ooh.
fucking love Paul Rudd. So off
Well,
of
they're
that
different
alone,
ages.
off of the casting alone, I was sold. Then I watched it and I was like, this is the cutest. I told my husband, I was like, I'm like watching a rom-com series movie, but it's like broken up into episodes, so I could be here all day in my feels and I just love it.
Let me love it, babe. Let me
So
love
I
it.
love it. I loved it. I loved it. The ending, I have questions. There better be a fucking second season
Is it
because
ending
I
a
have
cliffhanger?
many questions. It did kind of.
Maybe
It
that's
did.
what they did to make sure they get picked up for second season.
Netflix is so good at this. But speaking of Netflix, I also watched The Circle. Do you watch The Circle?
I don't. I'm sorry. I
Oh.
tried to watch it season one during the pandemic and it just didn't slap for me. I
So
got
I like
bored.
watching The Circle because I like watching all of the people like lie to each other and try to like manipulate people into voting for them and stuff.
Mhm.
So it's like interesting to see like how people make sure that they're popular enough to stay
Is it like the
in.
traders? No, it's
No,
different.
it's very different because with the traders, you have to figure out who the trader is.
Right.
With the circle, you have to create a friend group or an alliance that votes you high enough to become the influencers.
Ooh.
And then the influencers get to decide who they eliminate. And then the final influencer is the winner. So
Yeah.
like this season was so crazy because there was this one girl, she's the villain. Her name is Madeline. Hello, Madeline, you're the villain. And she lied to get this guy out who was, pretty popular with everybody. Like she lied on him, so she smeared his name. With that, she then like snowballed into getting more and more people out based off of this initial lie.
So she's alive.
And then when she was at the end, they all finally meet. They don't meet in person until the last episode. So they all finally meet, and then they realize the two guys were in an alliance, and then he's like, "Bro, I made you the influencer, and you voted me out. What happened?" So the guy who voted him out is like, "Well, Madeline told me that you were plotting against me," and I was like, "I never was." So she goes, I lied," and she finally admitted it, and it was like a lot of like deceit, and you could see like her manipulating all the people, but then she also didn't win because she
Here.
didn't play it that much to her advantage. So it was like a crazy season.
That
It was
sounds
really good.
intense. I want to watch it.
It was intense. It was super intense, and then like it's kind of like this in a different way every season, and you start to see like it starts to pick up like around the middle, or like the circle starts doing like games, and then people start realizing shit, these people are powerful, I gotta bring their name down, so they'll start saying things about them to put like doubt in other people's minds, and It's cutthroat. It's crazy.
Do you think you could do it?
I don't
Do you think you
know.
could be that cutthroat and do it?
I don't think I could be that cutthroat. I think I could.
Do you think?
Okay, so the person who won, well, the people who won were two twins who played one of the twins' girlfriend. So there's also catfishes. So
I
yeah,
remember the catfish because that's what I remember watching the pandemic.
yeah.
I remember that
So
part of it.
there's two twin boys from Staten Island. They're playing one of the boys' girlfriends. So their profile is Gianna, and she won because she was just everybody's friend and did everything right. So everybody always voted her first. I
Mm,
think I could play to that or like to a middle and then have like the rest of the people vote me first. I could play more to that. I'm not that conniving or
right, right. No,
manipulative.
100%.
Like it's really hard to be that strategic. So like with Madeline, I'm not even mad with her for being that strategic. I'm mad that she cried at the end. And it's like,
And she
girl,
got caught.
you yeah, like you played villain and master manipulator to get to the end.
And you did your big one. And you did your big one.
Hey, finish the game. You gotta keep it going. Now you want to catch a conscience? No, fuck that. Catch a conscience after. But also, she said, like, one of the games that they played, they had a question and was like, what are three things that you can't live without? And soap was on the list. And this bitch is like, soap? I don't like soap. I don't even use soap. I could definitely live without soap. Sex, I can't live without. And I'm like, you're having all this sex, but you don't use soap?
You go back to hygiene class?
I'm just like, I'm concerned in ways I don't even want to be
Right. I
concerned.
don't
Like
want to be in. I don't want to be part of this conversation.
the mother in me wish I never heard this.
What do you mean you can live without soap? Like, granted, sex is great. I like to
Right.
wash my. I take a shower like twice a day.
You can also get a vibrator
Yeah, literally. Like,
and
what are we
then
doing?
clean it with soap. I don't know. I
That
don't know.
yo, that shit's crazy. Like, no, like reality TV could really come and get you.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
oh, but damn, I try to watch it again this season. What season was it? 7 or 8 or?
Whatever the last season is.
I'll watch it just to kind of want to know like the connivingness of anything.
Mm.
I don't think I could be that conniving either. I think I'll
Right.
probably play it like you said, like if like the twin brothers were playing their girlfriend, and like I think I could play it that way, but I don't think I could play it like that sneakily. I think it's just like too much in me. Also because I talk too much. Like I will wrap myself out in a heartbeat. Like I will talk. I need to talk shit out sometimes, and that's my problem. Like sometimes I'll be talking to Vicky. I'm like, I just need to talk this out because I need like another opinion on this to make sure I'm not losing my fucking mind. Like it's just too much. It's just too much. Like I'm not that kind of. I'd probably be like a friendly person. Like I probably like just try to be like, oh hey, like I'll be the ears to everybody to try to like make sure they're okay. But like I don't think I could be that kind of. I don't think I'm that evil. Unless you push
Exactly.
certain buttons, then shit
But then
off
at the
real
same
quick.
time, if you're in a competition, it kind of makes me wonder, like, what part of me do I not know yet that will come out? You
Oh,
know what
that's
I
what I'm
mean?
saying. Kind of like the challenge. Like, what part? Like, we've
Yes.
seen
Like
people from the
there,
challenge from like we pulled them onto a pedestal, and they have fallen when they become like liars and
right.
manipulators. Like, let's not forget. You know who's really honest about who they are? Johnny Bananas. Johnny Bananas has been a constant. He is like, it's all fair, love, and challenge. What is it?
I
It's
think
all
there's
fair,
a
love, and
beautiful
war in the challenge. There you go. Sorry.
I think there's a beautiful thing when reality stars get to a point where they're like, I'm comfortable just being me and I don't care anymore.
Right. Like he's always been like we've always known from day one, like not day one, I would say like third season or whatever. Like we know who Johnny Bananas is. Johnny Bananas will do anything and
Right.
anything. When he stole that money from Sarah, that shit was crazy.
I saw him. I think he was on Call Her Daddy, or maybe not Call. He was on Call Her Daddy. He was on the other one,
Color
Chicks in the
Daddy.
Office,
Mm-hmm. He was on that.
and he was saying like everybody talks about this one moment where I stole like the money from Sarah, but everybody forgets everything she did to me before that, and she would have done the same thing. And you know the funny thing is that we will never know. And because like the way that she reacted to it, we will never know. And it just it gives the perception that she will never do that because she was so hurt by it that she couldn't fathom the thought of doing it. But the truth is, she could have did that shit.
I don't know because I don't want to smear anybody's name. But it's like, who knows? Who for sure knows? Because like, I was surprised when Jenna was in that season.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny's cousin, I think it was Vinny. I think his name question mark.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought he was gonna take the money, but when he split it with Jenna, I thought he was not gonna split it with Jenna. Like I thought he was like, bitch, I'm taking the money. When he split it with Jenna, I was like, okay. And even Devin and Cheyenne, like when they split the money too, I didn't think Devin was that evil, but you just never know. That kind of money in your face, like again, money changes people.
Yeah.
Actually, like I don't know, like it's hard to tell. Would Sarah have done it? I don't know. I have no idea.
I feel that like being in a state of a fight or flight changes you.
Yes,
Like it is who you are when you are in a state of fight or flight. It's not who you want to be. It's not who you consciously, you know, try to be, or like it's not the best version. It's not the prettiest picture of who you are.
right.
Once you hit fight or flight, it's like you're literally digging deep inside to fight for your life. Like, so things come up, and you may have to be a villain to protect yourself, but you don't know that until you get there.
But it's kind of like is that thing like Survivor? I never fully seen Survivor,
Mhm.
but I'm pretty sure people become the villains in Survivor. I'm pretty damn sure
Right.
because again,
Because you,
and this is the thing about the challenge. The challenge puts you in this bubble. Like you eat, breathe, sleep the challenge. So you know that's all you ever want to do. Like you forget the outside world exists because you are cut off from the whole side completely. Like that's something like we have to think about. Like again though, we've seen people thrown into eliminations. Remember Barbie Jenna? She got thrown into elimination after elimination. She still proved herself. I don't think she
yeah.
ever really changed who she was. I think Jenna was always like very moral wise, compass. Like she was always trying, but she got a little spicy sometimes too. Like don't get me wrong, but I don't.
No, but I also feel like those were like lighter scenarios. Like when it came, like I get what you're saying. Like
Mhm.
Johnny didn't have to steal the money.
Johnny didn't have to do that. Johnny just was like, let me fuck around and find out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like it was very spiteful. I'm definitely gonna acknowledge that. Like he didn't have to. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like when it comes to like villains on these reality shows and competition shows, sometimes you have to manipulate or lie or do those things to like win, you know? Like are you just gonna, if you're in a competition show, are you just gonna be nice and hand somebody else the $100,000?
That's what I'm
Or are you
saying. I'm not giving. This comes back to Love Island. Remember, you gotta destroy the strong connections because I'm not handing you 100K like it's nothing.
okay.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
But I have to mention about Love Island. I am
Hmm.
so glad, and I just want to know the haters. I was a Leah stan from day one. Leah and Miguel are still going strong. I love them. Kenny and Janae are still going strong. I love them. Could care less about the other couple. Sorry. I
Yeah, I
still
was
don't
gonna
believe in their
say
love. So
Karina and Cordell
I
are still going
they're still going
strong.
strong. I don't believe in their love, but I do love that they're still going strong. Well, okay,
Yeah.
let me rephrase that. I don't care because I still think their love is fake, but I am happy that they're still going strong. And I know that's a contradiction, but I am happy because I love love. Love is cute. I just, I still don't buy it. I'm gonna give them a year. I love Leah Miguel and Janae and Kenny because they were like since love since the island. So you know what? Punish me if you have to. But I said what I. Oh no, my.
Serena's telling you to
Oh,
shut up.
that's what I said. No,
That's Cordell.
for real, for fucking real. Like I was like, I'm
That,
just saying.
that is
Also,
hilarious.
Aquaphor sponsored me. Like, great, great lip balm, y'all. Is this off?
So that's all I've been watching.
Yeah.
I keep seeing more and more of this Harry Potter series coming out in 2026, and I'm like, can we just like jump in time there?
Yeah.
Because
Harry Potter season finally. Okay, like, calm down.
I
It's Harry Potter season finally. Let me just pull something
I
up to
cannot
like.
wait. I cannot wait. First of all, my daughter on Sunday was like, "Mommy, can we watch Harry Potter?" And I was like,
Of
"You are
course
an
we can, my
evil,
queen.
and you are in a gift from God, and I love you."
Gift from God, him actual self. Like
Right.
let's just say like Harry Potter season is among us, and I know like you live in a very hot state. Like so sad for you. But like it's chilly up here now. Like we're cold. We're like putting on sweaters in the morning.
I don't leave my house, so I am in 65-degree weather at all
All
times,
times.
which means hoodie weather.
So we're chilly. No, but guys, the temperature is changing in New York, and I love it. It's like you wake up, it's 53, and like I'm so chilly, and then
Wait till I decorate,
oh,
okay? It's gonna be
that's right.
so chilly.
Vicky, I have to tell you something. I've been holding to say it on the pod. You have inspired me to decorate. Because, okay, guys, there's something about my house, and I think I've shared it in the pod before. It's like I moved in here now. It's about to be coming up 3 years. I love my house. I love what I've done with it. I just need to make it more homey. And I feel like at a certain point in my life, I was just like making it a place where I come by, sleep, and go back to work. I'm trying to make it more homey now. So in a few ish times, you'll probably see like a painting over there. So I'm like, I saw like these fucking cute ass pumpkin pillows in TJ Maxx that I didn't buy and I regret. But I'm gonna try to buy those, and I'm gonna try to make it a little bit more homey. Like I am really gonna try. Also, I'm in my gothic girl stage. I bought this case. It's like giving gothic vibes, but also girly because they're both.
It's the
It's the
season.
season. So guys, we're out here. We're doing the damn thing.
All right. It is time for deep, dark thoughts.
Ooh,
I think I'm gonna introduce it like that from now
I
on.
think
I
so.
kind
I
of
like
like
it.
the deep, dark. Okay, so it's kind of a two-parter.
With it.
Based off of the conversation we're having, I like to try to keep the questions like within the conversation so that makes sense instead of just like derailing with a whole random ass question. So the question is, do you think it's ever okay to lie? I'm also gonna ask one question first and then the next question.
Okay.
So, do you ever think it's ever okay to lie or manipulate a person?
I think it's okay to lie. White lies. I'm okay. Like I think white lies are fine. To manipulate, I don't think that's okay.
But what if you tell a white lie to manipulate?
Mm, depends on the white lie. I feel. I don't know if that makes sense.
Okay. Break it down.
So like, there's just some white lies you tell because you know you have to put me in a situation where that white lie is gonna affect something in the future. No.
Okay, so Jose asks you if he looks good in a shirt. You hate the shirt, but you want to go to dinner already.
I would be like, the shirt's fine.
Did you now manipulate him to
So just like
thinking
so
that
we
it's
could go to dinner.
okay
Okay.
just for your own personal need?
That is okay. Yeah.
Now he's at dinner all insecure, like, shit, I knew I shouldn't wear this fucking shirt.
Do men
And
even
you're
really care
like,
about the clothes
there,
they
eating your
wear?
fucking french fries, like, get over it, bitch.
Like, do men even really care about? No, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. But like, to
Well, I'm
me,
trying to create a scenario for
no, I
you.
know. Okay, that's different. That's cuties. No, I'm joking. I feel like I will say I've been in that situation before, and I'll just be like, honestly, I don't love it, but it looks good. But I don't love it.
Okay.
I have been in that
Okay.
situation before. Where I'm like, oh,
Okay. For me, I feel like it's never okay to lie or manipulate, but sometimes I'm okay with not being okay.
right.
Like sometimes, and I say this all the time, sometimes you have to be a villain. And sometimes you are the villain in somebody else's story.
That's a
And
villain, bitch. I hope you do. Sorry,
that's
that was kind of
okay.
personal.
And that's okay. I feel like everybody always wants to come out as a good guy, but sometimes you have to realize you're a fucking villain in this specific
Hmm.
situation. I know, shout out to me being able to say specific because if you guys only knew the internal struggle I've had for years because I have a lisp and I couldn't say sp
Girl,
at all. I
it
used to have
was
to
something we
say
worked through. I
it
remember.
was giving as specific because I couldn't put them together.
That's called
Anyways,
growth, bitch.
back
Listen,
to the story.
thinking back what you said, we are always going to be a villain in somebody else's story. You're not gonna be liked by everybody. That's just like the real part.
Everybody's not gonna like you.
And that's
Everybody's
okay.
not gonna like you.
Don't change who you are because people don't like you. Fuck those people that don't like you.
And then
Mhm.
sometimes you gotta lie to a bitch, and that's not right.
It's
but you
not
gotta be
morally
okay with that.
correct, but
You gotta be
sometimes
like,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
there's a balance. You can't be an angel all the time.
Exactly. And also, this also comes out. I'm like, there's sometimes like I look back at situations I've been, and I'm like, I should have been the fucking villain. And if you are painting me in the villain, and I know I was a good person, I don't give a fuck what you said about me. I know I was a good person, and if you want to paint me the villain because you're this, you're that, good fucking luck, okay?
I have enough self
Mhm.
awareness where I know where I'm the villain and where I'm not.
But then the
For
person who you were maybe not the villain to or the villain to could switch that around and be like, well, like a situation that you were not the villain to fit their own narrative, they will make you the
yeah,
villain. So that's what I
I
said.
know, and
Whether you're
those
the
people
villain or
can
not,
suck
I
my
am
dick.
who I am. I know at the end of the day, I know I leave with a good heart. I know my intentions are always to be good. There's certain situations, again, you can't always be good, but I know at least 95% of the time I try to be a good person. I try to live with that
I
moral compass.
do want to say this
Hmm.
though. Like, I understand this is very irresponsible messaging because you're basically telling people to lie and be villains. But when you live enough life, you realize that you just can't please every fucking body. And sometimes people just want to hear very specific things, and you just got to tell them what they want to hear so they can shut
Right.
the fuck up. And that's okay. And that's
Alex.
okay. We're talking about white lies here. We're not talking about lying about killing somebody or committing murder.
Yeah, we're not talking about like perjure yourself in the court.
Right.
Like,
There
don't do
is
that.
nuance.
That's actually dangerous. You could go to jail.
Let's use common sense. We're talking about whether somebody looks fat in jeans or not.
Yeah,
Like, come on. That's it.
that's it. And
Simple.
also, if you're a guy
That's
and
it.
like your girl asks you, "Do I look fat in this?" Say no right away. Just say no
Confidently.
confidently.
Not when like that, look at them, smile, and they know, baby, you look
Yeah,
good. You know, put some riz on it. Look at me
cause
being a Gen Z.
see, we're not talking about like again. Don't lie in the court of law, please. That's not what convict is here for.
And if your girl asks you if you cheated on her and you lie, that's not a white lie. That's a real lie. So tell the truth, you little bitch.
That's harsh. That is true though. Like, what do they say? Whatever you do in the dark comes out in the light eventually. It's like a quote. I've heard that quote
Yeah.
before. Yeah, that's actual facts. Like, guys, girls, everybody, break up with them.
Right.
Oh,
But this brings me to the
yeah.
second part. Do you believe people are naturally evil? Like, you know how some people believe that people aren't evil, but they have to do evil things, and then some people believe that people are evil and try to be good. So, like, where do you fall in that
I think people are
philosophy?
evil. There are some evil
Really?
people in this world that will
Okay.
manipulate and will. And again, if you asked me this 10 years ago, I would have said people are good.
Yeah.
Life changes you a lot. Life you live is a life that changes you. And I will have to say this: I think there are just some evil people out there that will
Mm-hmm.
paint themselves in like a victim ass mentality to manipulate other people to think they're the innocent one and place blame on you when they're the ones that are actually evil and evil hearted. And then you could tell why certain certain why they don't have certain friends, why they don't have certain family members close to them because they are an evil person. And I think that's like I think sometimes it's like a snake in sheep's or what is it like a what is that called? A wolf in sheep's clothing or something like that. No, but I think that's more like you being a wolf. I don't know. I don't know, whatever it is, like a snake. Like somebody that's a snake, somebody that like it's genuinely evil. Like I do believe there's evil people in the world. Because we could easily even factor like serial killers. Those are evil people. They're evil people in the world. Like it's no like to me like there are evil people that they try to sometimes paint themselves as a good person, but no, they're genuinely evil people. Like I've crossed paths with a couple evil people, and I'm just like, again, maybe that's just my story. Like I saw them in that, but then I saw how they operate after we've like maybe lost our friendship or something, or maybe we just lost like contact. And I see how they operate. I'm like, you're still such an evil person. Like you are actually conniving. Like it's really scary. But to each their own. Sometimes. How about you?
So
Do you think
this
there's
is
evil people or like?
actually so interesting because before I asked this, I would have thought that you would have said people are positive because you usually Connie is usually more like a naive, happy-go-lucky, skipping through life type of friend that everybody needs and loves. And there's been a lot of times in our friendship where I had to pull that girl down from the clouds and be like, girl, listen to this. But I actually believe people are intrinsically good. I do. I truly do. And I feel like this I feel like this comes from like growing up in a household with a lot of trauma
Mm-hmm.
and forgiving like your abusers and seeing like all different types of the sides of the story. I'm always looking like whenever somebody hurts me or hurts somebody, I'm always looking at it from all sides. And I feel like a lot of people who do evil are very hurt. And people process hurt very differently
Mm-hmm.
and don't know. A lot of people can't come back from it. Like, a lot of people can't come back from a certain hurt. Like, there are functional hurt people. There are people who are able to go through like really hard shit and keep it moving. And there are some people who go through hard shit and break down.
Yeah.
And there are some people who go through hard shit and build up this resentment and this fight or flight mentality where they need to protect themselves first at all costs and make sure that they are always the one winning,
Yeah.
and they become the villains in everybody else's story.
Mm.
So like for me, that's what I feel like it is. Now, that is not to say that I accept that or let that be okay. Like, I'm not looking at it in that way and then saying, okay, but you still get to hurt me. No, you still need to stay on your side of the world, but I understand how you got where you are. And that's kind of how I look at it. But I don't ever think that people are like truly evil, like just wake up from birth, live this great life, and they're just like, I'm gonna burn down the world. Like, even the best villains have a lot of purpose in what they're doing, even if it's like misdirected, you know?
It's true too, but there are like evil like let's talk about like,
I mean, I believe that people do evil, and I believe that, but I also believe that those people feel justified in their actions.
okay, that if you put it that way, yeah, there's
And
people that
then
like think that
when
like
you,
they're doing this evil shit because they're justified, but it's still evil shit to do.
no, absolutely, you're still evil, but I'm not gonna say that you were born this way. And then for serial killers, I think they're mentally disturbed. Like, I feel like they're not, there's a mental illness.
But is it the question comes to be brought? Is it nature versus nurture
For serial
for
killers,
people in general to turn evil? We've gone through a
for
lot of shit in our
evil, I
life that
think
could
it's
turn us evil really quickly, and we still stayed in the
for
moral compass. Why is there
for
evil people out? Like there has to be more to it. I don't know. I
for
think life
evil.
shapes you into being an evil person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes, that's what I feel as well.
Hmm.
But with serial killers, I feel like just like with pedophiles, there's a your brain isn't all your wires aren't connecting. Like, that's what I believe. People who like arsons, people who have to like burn things on fire or whatever, or like have to sleep with children or choose to sleep with children,
That's so.
or like you can't be right in the head. Maybe that's me being naive now. Maybe I want to be naive and believe that something has to be wrong with them for them to even commit these actions. Like, but
There
for
has
when
to
it comes
be.
to being evil, like just being a terrible friend or just like ruining people's lives, I feel like that's a nature versus nurture thing. Like, it's usually people who are like begging for attention because they've never been loved or been hurt by anybody they loved or feel like they never win or have anything
I'm sorry,
or
but
get
like
a
if
birth.
you're like that still at 30, fucking figure it out and go to therapy. Like you are way
Oh,
you're
absolutely.
fuck
Again,
like
I'm
you're
not making an
no, no,
excuse
no, no. I
for,
know, but I'm saying like if you're still that person and after what 25 our frontal lobe starts to develop, like it's closed.
yeah.
If you're still that person, go to fucking therapy and stop blaming the world. Like how about
No,
that? How about you actually
I
find actions to go to
fully
therapy and
fucking,
fix your fucking life? How about you do that?
absolutely go right now, get the fuck out of the world,
Hmm.
go sit in a mental facility for a few years, figure it the fuck out. But that's just the way that I look at it. Like, I can't look at a baby and be like, that little bitch is gonna be evil.
No,
You
yeah,
know what
I
I mean?
can't sense it right
Like,
then and there. Like, not
that
like I'm putting my head on the bed, like, gonna be a fucking evil baby. That's not what I'm doing.
I feel like it's never like that. It's never that simple. Like, it has to be something that happens where the switch goes off or when they see something from like a different perspective than everybody else. And like, a lot of evil fucking people feel justified in their actions. And it's, I don't know, it's like perception is reality, and their perception of what's going on and how they're interpreting things that are happening to them, it changes them and it molds them, and some people can't handle it as well as other people.
That's true. I don't
But
know. It's a very. I think that okay. So let me change my answer. I think that people aren't born evil. I think they become evil. And maybe that's
yeah.
something I should clarify when I first said that. Definitely, I don't think people are like, again, I'm not gonna touch a baby and be like, oh, you're evil, like that's it. Unless it's like Satan's spawn, then that's a different
Or it's
story.
like possessed by an evil spirit.
Yeah, like then, like that's different.
Yeah.
Like
That's a whole other
that's a
loophole.
whole other place. Like I can't even factor right now. But like what
You're
I'm
fucking
saying is, people
tricky.
become evil. But then like I hate the people that say, oh, because this habit. If you're over 20 fucking five, figure the fuck out, go to therapy. Figure the
Get the
fuck
fuck
out.
over.
Like
Get the fuck. Because I hate when people use like their past or their parents as an excuse
I
for
hate
who
that
they
shit
are
so
as
much. It
adults.
boils my
Because
blood.
it's like you're also choosing today to continue the cycle that created the pain
Mhm.
that you have. Do you recognize that? Like,
Some
do you
people
see that?
don't. Some people
And
fucking
they
don't.
don't see that. And some people can't pull themselves out of it enough to realize that they are the problem.
That's like the scary people too. Like if you can't recognize your problem, so fucking figure it out.
And by the way, for the record, just to bring it back, when I am the villain, it's because I'm telling somebody you got a fucking problem.
Yes. Yes. When I've been I probably more than I love to admit, people probably see me as a villain. No, I'm just bringing it to light.
Right. I'm just not
Signing on shit
appeasing your
anymore.
bullshit.
And also, I think
Exactly.
that's also what has to do with just living a life, like also growing up too. Like again, like you said, I've always, and I'm still that friend. I will always believe the good in people. I always will, but my limits are shorter now.
Yeah.
My threshold is not as much as it used to be when I was younger. Because
As
I've
it should
lived
be.
life. Like I know what it is. Like
Right.
I'm not gonna
You're a
be
full grown
stupid.
ass woman now.
Yeah, like hell no. But that being said, it's just so scary also what this world really has. Like again, you're talking about serial killers, pedophiles, like that. It brings shivers down my spine. Like and again, I love watching true crime podcasts. Like don't get me wrong, I'm about it. It's just so fucking scary. Like that kind of evil people live in this world. Like that is insanity to me.
And then you know what else is so scary to me? It's not even that part because those are the extremes, and it's like, yikes! Like those are obviously scary, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like the people whose spectrum for bad just isn't the same as yours. Like you see how like we're like our white lies would be like, yeah, babe, sure that shirt looks great on you. Meanwhile, you look crazy. Somebody else's white lie is like, no, I didn't kill your mother.
I didn't kill my mom or dad. I'm
like there's a spectrum for every emotion
mhm.
and every perspective. So like what we may feel or perceive as good and bad, somebody else has different limits on it. And that part scares me because it's like, why, like scammers, why are you okay with doing this? You're literally ruining somebody's lives, but they don't look at it like that. They just look at the gain that they get from it.
Is that movie called The Beehive or something, or The Beekeeper with what's his face? It's about scamming. It's like about like some old lady gets scammed and loses like her
Oh.
whole like I would say her whole life's worth savings. And then he was friends
Okay.
with her. Like I didn't see the movie yet. It's on my it finally reached I think Paramount or something like that.
Mhm.
But like she kills herself because she's like I had no longer had life savings. And I'm just like that's like that alone is evilness. Like you're scamming these innocent people.
That's really sad.
I remember this one time, like when the full scam of the IRS was calling, and people were falling for it. And part of me wanted to be like, people, the IRS never calls. They send you a mail to your house. IRS will always fucking find you, but like they will never call you. And I remember one of my friends. I love her. I really do. And she was like worried about this, and I was like getting it through her head, and she's as hard headed as I am. And I was like, no, the IRS will never call you. They will not. They will fucking mail you something.
I don't even think they got a phone number.
I don't even think they do have a phone number. What is the IRS even really fucking doing? Like, I remember trying to explain to her. She's like, no, but they called. I'm like, but they don't like you're prepping all
They
this
didn't.
shit to go to an IRS office. They're not calling you. Let me tell you right now, it's a scam. You
They
know,
didn't.
and this is why it reminds me of another meme that says when they fill out in the emergency forms like who to contact. I was like, just call 911 because my parents, my family are not picking up numbers they don't recognize.
I don't pick up numbers
I
I
don't
don't
pick
know.
up numbers. I will dead ass stare at my phone and wait until it finished ringing so I can start using it. Or just like push
Yeah,
it up. Like I don't really care. Leave
literally.
me a voicemail. If it's important, you'll text me.
Okay, so this brings me back to Salt Lake City.
Oh, okay.
If you watch it, right, there's Jen Shaw. She ends up, okay, I don't want to tell you if you're gonna watch because it's like a big, like,
I mean, you
she,
can tell me. You know, my dementia will probably forget it.
okay, so she went to jail for scamming old people.
Oh, I heard about that on another podcast. Don't worry. Yeah, I heard about that.
Mm-hmm. So when you said that, I'm like, see her, but then she was like acting like all crazy, like, oh, what I did wasn't even that bad. And it's like, bitch, what? But it's because that's what I'm saying. People's levels
Are
or
different.
perceptions of good and bad are different levels of the spectrum, and it's wild. Like, I guess because she was so removed from the operation that she didn't really like take in the effect that she was having on these people's lives. But I don't know. It
But
was
that's,
crazy.
you
It
could
was
also
crazy.
say that about a Ponzi scheme. Like you're stealing these money from people,
Yes,
but you're thinking, well, these people are rich enough to afford it. And sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just like an innocent grandma and grandpa down the street.
exactly.
Like,
And either way, those people worked for their money, or
yeah,
they
either
have
way, the
that
money
was
was stolen. So
theirs.
it's
You
like you're
cannot
taking advantage
take
of these
from
people.
other people and take advantage of them and
That, we don't
manipulate.
talk about that enough. That Bernie Madoff scam, like Pepsi scheme, was actually insane.
You just remembered one last thing before we wrap up. Do you know who Anna Delvey is?
Of course, that was a sensation article when it hit. I'm telling you that right now.
Did you watch Inventing
I
Anna?
did. Be another one.
Okay, they put, talking about white fucking privilege. This bitch is a whole con artist,
Um,
right? They put her on Dancing with the Stars.
I heard. Had it been us, had it been
What? Like, okay, criminal, come be on Dancing with the Stars. Like, talking
I
about,
think
oh,
ISIS had to
she
give her
is,
like a special permission.
like, she is an entrepreneur who deserves a second chance. And it's like, first of all, I have no beef with Anna Delvey. You want to
No,
scam rich people? I don't care. But point is, that opportunity would never be afforded
no,
to anybody of color.
no. They
Anybody.
would shun us. They would shun us.
It would be like a offense if somebody asked to do it.
But that's how you
Like,
like this girl. When she got released, she got this. It's like no, that would never happen to us. Like,
ever. It
and
was, and
that's
then did you
privilege
see?
as you see it.
She got eliminated the second week,
Oh damn, that was fast.
and Julianne Huff. That's how you pronounce it, Julianne Huff. Whatever. Anyway, Julianne, one of the hosts, she's like, "Oh, what did you learn from this experience?" And Anna's like, "Nothing."
Yeah. The Bronx doesn't claim J Lo. That's what we gotta say. The Bronx doesn't. Remember when her fake ass fucking video? Oh, I get like the regular order with an orange. Like, bitch, shut up. An orange drink. Shut up. Shut up.
I just
I
want
know they
to
were
say,
seen. I know they got divorced. Have they proceeded with the divorce or not yet? I know the J Lo
that was
filed.
finalized.
She filed it, right?
Yeah, I thought it was finalized already.
I don't know.
But
Let me
I just
see.
want to say, in defense of JLo, I think people forget that she's like literally a senior citizen. So orange drink may have been a thing in like the 1960s.
Divorce finalized?
Okay, first of all, you already know my motto. This is convict facts. I don't fact check anything. I literally speak out my ass and make
No,
it
the
sound
divorce
good.
has not been finalized. No, because
No.
I think like then I think when you just file again, guys, this is truly convict facts. I think when you divorce, like I'm sorry, when you file for divorce, it's not you don't get divorced until like you hear like the court, right? And if they want to get, but it's also like, then why did you marry Ben Affleck? Like, what was like? I get the fairy tale, like, oh my god, after all these years, we're finally finding each other. Ben Affleck looked like he was smiling as soon as the divorce shit was like.
First of all,
Also, you know what it
you
is? Hold on, one more thing. I also feel bad because like we all shit talk about J Lo and everything, and like a picture could tell so many stories. But like if somebody's taking a picture of me as I'm coming out of like my like let's say I'm coming out of like my house,
facial
my facial
expressions
expressions, I'm always thinking about
wild.
like 10,000 other things. So like you can be like, she's so worried and everything. I'm like, damn, did I order extra cheese on my Chipotle? Like I'm like thinking about other shit. Like,
I see
man,
my
did I turn
husband.
off the fucking hair straightener? I don't fucking remember.
My husband has a really, really bad habit of thinking that he's cute, taking random photos of me, but it really never works out well because he takes some of awkward angles where all you see is my triple chin and fat ass cheeks and moon stress face.
Stop talking to yourself like
So,
that. Stop talking about yourself.
no, it's not that. It's just the pictures that I've seen this man take of me and my facial expressions when I am caught off guard.
Yo, our facial expressions.
I know for a fact she probably is like happy as fuck living her best life, but caught in a bad moment.
Yeah, like
Okay?
sometimes like I do this a lot when I don't understand anything. I go like I don't know.
Right. Like, who the fuck walks around
There's sometimes I'm like, and I'm
like, who does that? Like, just smiling, like,
there's been times at work I've been definitely caught, and I'll be like this. I'll be like reading something. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, and then my boss comes around. I'm like,
there is no dick good enough that is gonna have a woman skipping down the street. That is just,
that
it's not happening. Like, you're just not walking down the street minding your business. Like,
sometimes you know what it is. I'm so in my
what the
thoughts
fuck
sometimes that
wrong
like if
with
somebody
you?
stares at me, I just genuinely smile back. I'm like, oh yeah. There's no
Yeah.
somebody caught me out there one day. Like I literally did not know if I knew this man, and I just smiled, and he was like, "Oh hey," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, do I know this person?" I didn't. It was a complete fucking stranger that was trying to talk. I was like, "Oh no," I'm
Yeah.
like, "Sir, I'm sorry." I was like,
And that is also why, as women, we do not smile when we're walking in the
I
streets.
always smile. I'm such a bad habit of smiling. I'm like,
Oh my God. Okay, guys. This was the Convict Podcast. As we spoke about today, Chipotle be wildin'. We believe in spirits. Please bless your house before you move in because spirits be crazy.
on that, you know what's crazy? I actually got holy water from the Vatican itself to bless his goddamn. I was like, I am not playing. Really,
As
water from the direct line of the direct line of God. I was not playing with that.
Jesus
From
himself.
Jesus himself. I was like, please.
Um,
Continue.
go watch Nobody Wants This
I'll watch it.
on Netflix. It has Christian Bell and Adam Brody in it. The Circle was amazing. All of my Bravo babes, it's our time. What else?
Oh,
People aren't born evil. We feel like they are molded into doing evil things. And a fight or flight will make you a whole new person that you might not recognize, but that's okay. As long
also,
as you win in the end.
also get a new bedtime routine and try to read. This is coming straight from me.
Yes.
Well, since it's Sabrina Carpenter's new South Taste, I'm like fucking into that shit.
She's like
No,
obsessed.
I wanted to go see her in concert when she was in New York. It was literally $1 billion. I was like, absolutely not. I was like, ah. Concert tickets were like at least 900 for 2 seats, not together, separate. So I don't, 1800? Absolutely not. I'm here for the bops though. I'm here for the bops.
Okay, and yeah, remember all of the facts that we spoke about are convict facts. Please don't sue us.
They're all
Feel free to
allegedly.
correct us. We may or may not listen. And that's the Convict Podcast. You can catch us on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Convict Podcast. That's CONVIC Podcast. Also, we're gonna start doing listener letters soon, so listen out for more information on that. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.